Hello, my name is Stacey Brook and I am the founder and chief advisor at College Essay Advisors. And today we're talking to you about one of the prompts for the Common Application Essay. It's what we're doing. I am going to talk to you about prompt number 2. In a previous video that you can watch and find linked down below, you'll find our guide to prompt number 1. But for now, let's discuss prompt 2. Okay, the lessons we take from failure can be fundamental to success. Recount an incident or time when you experienced failure. How did it affect you and what did you learn from the experience? So here's the thing. This question isn't about failure, as it may seem. It's actually about success in the face of failure, or your ability to overcome hardships when you're presented with a challenge. It's about your resilience in the face of unexpected obstacles. And we're going to give you a few tips on how to approach this question. The first tip is that you want to choose the right failure. So I think a lot of students are compelled to choose things that may, in the face of some of the other things your peers may be talking about, could come off as being a little bit trite or inconsequential. For example, so you didn't get an A on every exam or a particular exam. That might not be something that holds enough weight for you to spend a whole essay talking about it. Or you didn't get those Beyonce tickets, which is sad, but maybe not the right choice for a topic for your admissions essay. Make sure whatever failure you're discussing, you have the ability to flesh it out in a way that says something important and consequential about you. Tip number 2, stay positive. Essays about failure can tend to move in a slightly negative direction sometimes. Some can take on the air of bitterness, or they could potentially focus more on the failure than they do on the overcoming of the failure. Remember, you want an admissions officer to be left with a feeling that they want you to become a part of their campus. And positivity is really going to accomplish that. The feeling that you triumphed in some way is something that you really want to express in these essays. Along the same vein, tip number 3, don't be overly confessional. This is not your diary. This is your admissions essay, and you don't want to say anything to an admissions essay that you wouldn't say to a parent, a teacher, someone in a professional setting. And you also just want to frame your failure as what it is, which is a moment in your life, not a character flaw, not some larger issue that you need to overcome, but some experience that you had and you learned from. So we work with many students on this prompt, and one of my favorite essays in this realm was one student talked about his process of canvassing for a good cause that he was volunteering for, and talked about his failure of being able to win over little old ladies as he knocked door to door asking for funds to support this cause. And in his failure to meet this goal, it actually inspired him to learn how to dress more professionally, learn how to speak in a more polished way, learn how to present himself for this and for any future cause with a little more polish. And it was really successful. Failure into success. Another one of my favorites for prompt number 2 involved a student who performed an at-home science experiment, which resulted in a root beer explosion in his room, which was pretty funny to read about, and also allowed the student to explore sort of what it means to follow directions, what it means to pay attention to things in his life, and was able to glean some larger lesson from that. So super entertaining, and failure into success. So you'll notice that prompt number 2, in relation to prompt number 1, is more specific. It's asking you a more directed question, and it kind of narrows the funnel for the topics and the subjects that you can use to answer this question. And that is awesome for some people. Some people really like having the gate closed a little bit to direct their imaginations and direct the kinds of stories that they're going to tell. The kind of specificity this prompt provides also sort of helps to direct your structure a little bit, or it can. You're going to have a conflict, you're going to have a resolution, there's probably going to be some kind of epiphany or transformation. So these are things that you can start to think about as you think about what you might want to write about that's going to express something new and different and interesting to admissions, and how you want to frame it. Sometimes a story that may seem overdone or trite or not so exciting in the context of prompt number 1 will actually have an interesting, it's much more interesting if you put it through the lens of number 2, or give it a little twist, or try and back it into a prompt that's a little more specific. So as a tactic, try it. Did that help you? I hope it did. I think it did. If it did, and you want more information from us about the prompts and other things, look below for some additional resources. And if you can't find what you want there, leave us a comment and we will get back to you as soon as we can with the answer. And we look forward to giving you more information about prompts 3, 4, and 5.